So I've got the Canon R8 for a couple of months now and it's seriously growing on me. But when I paired it with this lens, it felt like the perfect match right away. Here's why. The RF14-35 is quite compact. It really doesn't take up too much space, so it's definitely a lens you can have in your bag all the time. It's ideal for the smaller body of the R8. Not too big and not too small. It's quite light too, at least compared to other RF zoom lenses that I've got. It's nicely balanced and feels secure in the hand with the R8's grip. What also helps is that the lens only extends by a bit when zooming in and out. So actually this setup is ideal for on a gimbal, especially on the smaller ones like this RS3 Mini. Another bonus is that unlike on other lenses that are this wide, the front element is flat and not bulged, so you're able to attach filters no problem. That's awesome because I have a mist filter attached to my lenses almost all of the time. Despite its compact size, the 14-35 is sturdy and well built. When you have it in your hand, you know it's good quality. It's an L-series lens after all. Now I had this lens for a couple of years now and you can hardly even see any signs of wear, and I use it all the time. So it's definitely durable. If you treat it well, it can last you a lifetime. Just like the R8, the 14-35 comes with weather sealing. Now I would probably not throw this in puddles or take it under a waterfall, but you should be covered on those rainy or snowy days. Now one of the best things about this lens is its versatile focal range. That's why I love zoom lenses. 14 to 20mm is ideal for wide shots, like for landscape, real estate or vlogging. It's also perfect for those top-down shots. I use it quite a bit to showcase products in these videos. You can also punch into more standard 24 and 35mm, which are great for all sorts of photography and video. 35mm is one of my favorite focal lengths. I really like the look of it. I'm actually shooting at 35mm right now for this shot. And if you're into video like me, you can switch the R8 in crop mode and extend the 14 to 35 range for a longer reach of 22 to 56mm, all while keeping everything in crispy 4K. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Okay, so one of the drawbacks of the R8 is that it doesn't have IBIS. That's probably the #1 reason why some people hesitate to get one. Well, that's another huge plus for the 14-35, with image stabilization up to 5.5 stops. I've been able to get nice and sharp photos with longer exposures, as well as stable handheld video. Sure, obviously it's not as good as having both IBIS and Lens IS combined, but honestly it works great for me. And actually, there's one advantage with all of this. There's no wobble on wide-angle shots. As for performance, what can I say? It's quite straightforward. The 14-35 is an L-series lens, so it's top-notch. And when combining it with the awesome sensor in the R8, it's really a match made in heaven. I've taken plenty of awesome photos and shot great video with it. The lens is very sharp and the image quality is superb, even though there's quite a bit of digital corrections happening in the background. Autofocus is ultra quick, accurate and sticky. And with the nano USM motor, it's really quiet when focusing too, which is perfect for video. Focus breathing is not a problem too, as both the R8 and the 14-35 support focus breathing compensation. But that's not all. The 14-35 has one more advantage, a very short minimum focus distance, so you can get really close to your subject and still be able to focus. Now for the elephant in the room. Yes, it's only an f4 lens. Is that a big drawback though? It depends. The 24 megapixel full frame sensor of the R8 is one of the best low light performers, so you can get away with a lot despite that f4 aperture. Now sometimes I do have to use slower shutter speeds than I normally would in darker environments, but it's not such a big deal for me. I usually have a fast prime or zoom in my bag. If you mainly shoot in the dark though, you probably already know that you want a faster lens anyway. But what about the bokeh? Well, for sure, at 14mm and f4 you're not going to get super creamy background blur. That's just not how things work. But you might be surprised. A constant aperture of f4 is still very capable. Punching into 35mm, you'll definitely see some nice subject separation and bokeh, especially if you get up close to the subject. Remember that background blur is not just about aperture. So now that you know which lens to get for your R8, check out the following video, where I guide you through all of the settings and teach you how to fully customize your R8. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.